Hello and welcome. Let's talk about what's up this week, please, shall we? This is the week of Monday, May the 24th through Sunday the 30th of May, 2021. We begin this week with Saturn moving retrograde. That's a big deal. Listen to that video if you'd like. And so we started the week, kind of a quiet week, but powerful, right? There's a lot of adjustments that happen. And Mercury goes retrograde. And we have a full moon. So on Monday, right, we are in Saturn retrograde. And the moon is in Scorpio. And the moon is in opposition to Uranus and squaring Saturn. Right, and we know that those two planets are square one another. So that happy little T-square is about feeling into the ways that you are out of alignment with your own boundaries, right? And how you're going to change those. I did see it, so we're going to take it. So that's Monday. And then on Tuesday, the sun semi-squares Mars. So, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of an identity crisis with how you feel like you want to move forward. You might feel a little stunted. You might feel a little out of sync with your own identity, with your own concept of your own identity, right? And the moon trines Neptune, kind of adding to that. And then sextiling Pluto also. So, I mean, there are good reasons for that. And it's okay to kind of feel like, what am I doing, right? What's happening here? Because that's the beginning of that retrograde energy, right? We don't ever change what we don't question. So enjoy the questions, right? Explore them. And then the moon moves into Sagittarius. And on Wednesday, we have that full moon, Sagittarius Full Moon Lunar Eclipse, right, at 5 degrees. And so let's talk about eclipses. Eclipses are when little things have power over big things. When little things show themselves for what they are, right? And so this is the first of 2 Sagittarius eclipses this year. The next is in December, and it's a solar eclipse. Now, so consider that the moon will have just squared Jupiter in Pisces, right? So we have the opportunity to really be in awareness of any ways that we've been restricted. Again, going back to this Saturn, Uranus square, Saturn retrograde kind of theme. So this is really about getting in alignment with your long game. And also, this full moon happens trining an Aries Chiron, right? So any ways that you may have been hauling around wounds about having jumped the gun, or having been blurted out the truth and it was not well received, or anything that you miscalculated. Those are definitely going to be things that will offer themselves for release at this time. Right. And then the moon is also sextiling Saturn, which gives a lot of grounding as the moon sextiles that newly retrograding Saturn. We get to kind of feel in to the space right between our feelings. On Thursday, we have wow, guys, this is a big old week. On Thursday, Neptune squares Venus. And Venus is kind of doing a little dance with Mercury, and then they're both going to be opposing that moon. So with Neptune at the apex of that T-square, right, it's going to be a challenge to not get caught up in your ideas about illusions, right? Because that, wow, really, come on. Wow. This is so big. Okay. Sorry, I'm overwhelmed by this energy right now. Anyway, with Neptune at the apex of that T-square with the moon and then Mercury and Venus, it's going to be imperative, right, that you are feeling into your truths, feeling literally into your being, feel with your body, this beautiful antenna, this vessel that you've been gifted, feel into where you are creating your own illusions, right? Feel into the place where you're telling yourself bullshit stories. And then what happens, I'll tell you, on Thursday, wow, wow, the moon moves into Capricorn. And so all of those things that you have been feeling are going to have to be dealt with. The moon will square Chiron, right? So any kind of impulse you have to fall into an old pattern, an old self-doubt, an old self-sabotage, an old self-defeatist kind of issue, because not only does the moon square Chiron, but it conjuncts Pluto. And so you're going to be really asked to dig into how you want to transform those feelings, how you want to transform those wounds, how you want to transform those beliefs. Remember, we talked about how am I feeling into my bullshit. You get the opportunity to shift that, right, as well. Feel it, heal it, feel it, heal it. That's what we do. And then on Saturday morning, Mercury conjuncts Venus in Gemini, right? What we love, what we are, beauty, harmony, how we speak it into existence will be highlighted, right? And this is a beautiful thing as the moon is conjunct Pluto, opposite Mars, in conjunct Mercury and Venus. How you're feeling these things, right, is creation, right? We know that this is how we manifest. And as such, as we are in that really, really ripe place of wanting, right, of being acquainted with our desires and really witnessing Mercury conjunct Venus, our abracadabra powers, you hopefully have been hitting it, because then about 5:30 on Saturday evening Central Time, wow, I knew you'd come back, Mercury is going retrograde at 24 degrees of Gemini. And we all know that retrograde is an opportunity. Retrograde is universal breathing space. It is the cosmos asking you to stop, to take stock, to be certain about the path you're on. It is that moment where the universe says, whoa, are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure? Are you really sure? And if you're not sure, you have the opportunity to reroute, redirect, reconfigure what's happening. So please don't think you're screwed. The universe does not do that. The cosmos does not do that. Only you, by not taking the opportunity, can screw yourself. That's it. It's that simple. And if you think you're screwed, you are, right? If you think you can be cursed, you can. If you think you're going to fail, you will. If you think you're going to succeed, you also will. So really be clear in what you're walking into retrograde season with, right? Get your mind right. Get your heart right. Get your soul right. And know, wow, where your power is, because that's what's going to steer you through the entire thing. Ooh, dang, y'all. And then on Sunday, Venus is in conjunct Pluto. Okay, so love, relationships, finance, right? Our 3D sensory experience is in conjunct Pluto, the Lord of transformation. So you get to make those choices about how you're moving through the world. And if they are not serving, you get to transform them. You get to transform yourself. The moon moves into Aquarius also, and then trines the North Node and the Sun, and conjuncts that newly minted retrograding Saturn. So how are you feeling it? Well, that's how you're experiencing it. If you want to know how you're feeling it, look around. Look around at your life. That's how you're feeling it. And if you need to change or shift that, now might be the time. And there are plenty of ways to do that. As we move into next week, the Sun conjuncts the North Node, right? And soon Mars is going to oppose Pluto, and Mars is going to move into Leo, and you know, all those very, very exciting things are on the way. So let's talk about this week. So on Monday, right, we talked about the moon opposing Uranus and squaring Saturn. We've got the Sun and the Three of Cups. Y'all, again, the Sun is a beautiful, beautiful card. This is the happiest, most positive card in the deck, right? The Sun is glory. The Sun is shining, radiance. The Three of Cups is celebration. So how are you celebrating yourself? I ask you, you know, as we move into this time of reconstructing yourself, right, from the inside out. Celebrate your victories, right? Celebrate your wins. I had some experience with that earlier this week in terms of some clients, and was called to speak about celebrating your small victories, and inviting others to celebrate them with you, right? And invite others to witness your shifts, your changes, your radiance. Invite them in to bask in the warmth of your glory, right? Why not? We don't celebrate by ourselves. You can, just don't have to. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, right? This is victory. This is the slowest card in the deck, but always in motion, right? We talked about this as the Sun being semi-square Mars, right? Slow, certain movement. What are we really doing here? What? Well, guess what? Slow and steady wins the race, right? So it doesn't matter how long this journey has taken. It doesn't matter how hard it is to do the work. It doesn't matter what kind of trials and tribulations and travails you've had on the way, right? The thing is, you want to do that work. And as hard as it is, that's how sweet the victory is. So it doesn't matter how slow you move. It only matters how steadily and how surely you move toward your getting there. Because victory is yours, right? Victory is yours. And you need to know that as you move into that next day, that full moon, that lunar eclipse. We've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the Four of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups, again, we know aces are gifts from the universe. They must be grasped with gratitude and put into action. Ace of Cups is about feelings. It's about your heart. It's about the way you balance yourself emotionally. And the Four of Pentacles can either be about holding on too tightly, or knowing that you get to have enough, right? That you've worked hard and that you get to celebrate what you have, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. This is that day of the lunar eclipse where the small things affect the larger things, right? Patience. Trust your long game. Trust your long game in terms of what your heart needs, right? And again, we're talking about that trining that Aries Chiron, right? So in ways that you may have lost courage, you might have more courage than you think. You might have courage to make these new feelings a reality. And trust in that that moon sextiling Saturn, to be that groundedness that you need in order to springboard those new feelings, right? I mean, Ace of Cups is a glorious feeling energy for a day of a full moon lunar eclipse, and being asked to trust your long game, in terms of knowing that you have that foundation is quite beautiful. We've got the Lovers, we've got Death. So the Lovers, this energy, these are both, first of all, divinely directed cards, 100%. And since we have so much Neptunian involvement, with Neptune at the apex of that T-square, squaring the moon, squaring Venus and Mercury as they oppose one another and balance one another out, right? So the Lovers can be about decisions. The Lovers can be about just plain old love, right? You might have the opportunity to begin a new cycle, right? This Death card walks us toward the sun, right? It walks us toward our reasons for celebration. And love is the most pure reason to celebrate, right? Our deepest victory, our cup that overfloweth with love, right? That's really what the Lovers is about. It's about that overflowing divine sense of love, and in whatever cycle you're walking, allow it to be transformed, right? The moon conjuncts Pluto the next day. So whatever ways you want to transform your life, your relationship, your heart, the ways that you feel, the ways that you're living your life emotionally, pulling back the veils, feeling into, allowing your feelings to transform, really being in release of what has not been serving you, understanding that you have this opportunity to be grounded and stable in your action, right? In your forward movement, as you claim that as victory. These are giant things. Friday, right? We talked about the moon squaring Chiron. Perhaps falling into some old patterns. Well, guess what? If you're feeling into that moon energy, if you're feeling into that Neptune energy and allowing all the bullshit stories to fall away, you get to not only embody your emotions, but you get to embody them in their fullness, right? The Ten of Cups is all of my cups are filled. Why? Because I filled them. Right? Because I filled them. And by filling my own cups, I allow them to be filled by other people, right? I don't sit around waiting in my lack. No, I embody my emotional stability. I embody my love. I embody the fact that I have transformed my idea of what it means to be in fullness, right? To be in victory. I mean, y'all, this is a big old week for heart-based everything. On Saturday. On Saturday, Mercury goes retrograde, guys. Also, Mercury conjuncts Venus. Okay, let's talk about Mercury conjunct Venus first, please, with the Two of Cups. This is a card of divine love. Like, we got love all over the place. If you're not in love, y'all need to be looking out, because things are coming, and they're coming fast, and they're not going to sit around and wait. Neither are you. So the Empress is ripe energy. It is fertile soil. It is, she's the sum of all queens, right? The embodiment of all earth, air, fire, and water. The Empress leaves nothing out. She embodies every aspect of life, of love, of inspiration, of groundedness, of fulfillment, of being sourced and resourced, right? She is that beautiful ground from which all things grow, in which all things grow, through and as. The Two of Cups is divine love. It's partnership. Look at that sweet little heart. I mean, this is all of my cups are full. We have cups everywhere this week. So if you're not in love, please keep an eye out, because the universe is giving you some kind of magic, and it's gigantic. It's gigantic. So you either get to deepen or find this week, right? Mercury goes retrograde. Again, asking you to assess, reassess, re-examine, reevaluate, revise, not be afraid to stop, to pause, right? Everything that grows, grows because we planted, we sow the seeds, and then we stop and wait and allow. So as we allow, right, love grows in those places where we have sown, we have created the condition, right? We've pulled up all the bullshit. We've just allowed for this pure energy to be where it is. Hi, sweet little bird on the branch out in, aw. Sorry, I'm looking at a birdie flying around on the branch outside. So on Sunday, Venus is in conjunct Pluto, again asking us, well, how are you going to transform? Guess what? All those things you've been saving, you've been planting. Now there's two birds outside. Aww. I mean, what did I say about paying attention to the symbols, to the synchronicities? Pay attention. Four of Pentacles. What are you saving for a rainy day? What have you been storing up? What have you been learning, right? Four of Pentacles is about resting. It's about gathering your resources so that you're ready when the opportunity presents itself. Well, guess what? Judgment is the opportunity presenting itself. Judgment is about renewal. It's about allowing things to end and begin. It's about cycles. It's about rebirth. And it's a beautiful retrograde energy. I'm just telling you, if you're paying attention, the way you end this week is not going to be the way you begin this week. Remember how we talked about Ready, Set, Go? Yeah, this is Ready, Set, Dive. Dive, dive, dive. And allow yourself to be surprised and delighted by what you find this week. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with retrograde season, especially after the irons that have been put to out the soles of our feet for the last several years, right? Take advantage of retrograde season. Shit. Excuse me. As a way to reap the benefits of the work you've put in. Because if you've been doing the work, you know, this full moon is the full moon that shifts everything. So if you've been working on your long game, if you've been patiently releasing what, oh shit, is not of service. God, excuse me. If you've been doing the work, this is the time you're going to begin to notice the foundations changing. This is the time you're going to begin to feel in new and expanded ways. In all the ways that you have been contracted, you will begin to expand because you're going to have that room to breathe. Okay, let's talk about happy, happy, please, shall we? First of all, look how happy she is, right? She's on the lock. She has the key. She's happy. She's got birds and balloons. She's smiling. She is happy. Doggone it. She's celebrating. Joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You are free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. Sagittarius Full Moon, right? We experience, we learn through our experience. We exist through our experience. None of this is because of something outside of yourself. Your happiness is the result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Retrograde season. Enjoy playfully splashing in it, right? And we're talking about preloading. Again, all of the work you've done, right? These 2 Four of Pentacles, this Knight of Pentacles, the work that you have put in, the seeds that you have sown, the ways that you have explored and allowed your own transformation, they're all paying off, right? And they're paying off like you're cashing in big, guys. You have the opportunity to cash in big. If you're in that moment, if you're in that place, and if you're willing to grasp what the universe has teed up for you, if you are in acceptance and out of resistance, right? Resistance is what screws you. The inability to have dealt with your business, that's what screws you. The belief that you're not happy is what screws you. But this gloriousness, this abundance, this, I mean, cups. Do the math, right? And this is just the beginning, right? Mars hasn't even moved into Leo yet. Get busy. Get busy. Throw out everything that's in your way. Throw out every belief that's keeping you from happiness. Throw out every attachment that is keeping you out of this kind of joy and bliss and love. Throw them out. Plant the seeds. Plant them deep. And then be ready, right? Not only have you preloaded your life, but you still are. So expect joy, right? Plan it. And for Pete's sake, keep that yard clean, because that's how Saturn gets you. Don't give him any reason. Just give him reason to come join the party. Be happy. Happy, y'all. Big blessings. We will talk more this week. We will talk about that full moon, and we will talk about Mercury retrograde. But, I mean, for the love of all that is holy, please feel into this. Please live this. Experience it. Yeah. Big, giant blessings, guys.